Warning. Broken simulation. Broken simulation. With Sam Tripoli.
Welcome to Broken Simulation with Johnny Woodard, starring Johnny Woodard. We're in it.
We were just talking about Andy Kaufman.
We're talking about Andy Kaufman, the original alt comic.
And now, are you saying that in a sort of a derisive way, or do you mean that? Okay.
So let me tell you something. Tim Dillon said it best. Alt comedy was a giant psyop ran on us by the industry, but Andy Kaufman was what is perceived as what alt comedy is isn't exactly what alt comedy is. What I actually do technically in my comedy is do alt comedy.
I feel like there's a time you would have been kind of offended by being called alt.
Well, because when you learn when the guys who created alt comedy, when they tell you what alt comedy was, what it started as was alternative venues of comedy, meaning like they weren't doing time at these comedy clubs, so they would find a bar or something, and that became alt comedy.
Who are those guys?
Dana Gould, that whole group of that generation.
Yeah.
They started the alt comedy stuff. So, but then it got hijacked by unfunny nerd dorks that made it about not being funny because they were playing to their strengths, which is
not being funny.
Well, the whole thing about alt comedy as it became before it completely crashed and burned because it became so mainstream, it became so successful through the psyop that the guys who you would actually say are alt comics aren't really alt comics. They are set up punchline guys. But what became known as alt comedy became like this thing where it's like not trying to connect in any way, meaning I wasn't going to talk about things you could relate to. It was all like really weird shit that kind of, the pinnacle was like Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like his famous bit that's so funny is like, I got in trouble for saying sand N-word. And he says the word. And you're like, and he goes, now don't get me wrong, I use it in the proper way, which was, get off that sand. Okay. And like that was at the Improv.
I can't believe he said that. Wow.
That was in the Improv.
That was a
in
different
the heart of Hollywood, people exploding.
It's so funny. I saw him back in college. He was on this tour with Ron Burgundy in character. Ron Burgundy came and he like interviewed Roy Williams on stage at my college, like right in the heart of Roy Williams, like height of his fame, just won the world national championship, and he stopped at the Smith
Was
Center.
it between two ferns?
It was Dimitri Martin, Zach Galifianakis doing comedy, and then
I was never a Dimitri Martin fan.
Yeah, I mean he was doing that drawing thing,
just the word on the street, and the streets were talking that he was just a dick.
I could totally see that.
And that's my biggest problem with like comics from like the 90s and the early 2000s, and you even some now. Is like they would kill on stage and they walk around like they were like fucking Von Damme and shit, like badass ass kickers.
Yeah,
and
you gotta wonder though how much of that was just that they don't have social skills, because a lot of those people.
Oh, you're saying like the earlier comics were just fucking lost in autism?
those alt. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally.
Is that what the alt comedy was?
Yeah.
Autism?
Alt comedy. It was actually alt. Somebody misheard it. It was alt comedy, but they totally got it wrong.
Autism comics.
Yeah.
I'm down with that.
I think that's possible.
But yeah, that's where that came from. Then he just got hijacked by unfunny people, and then it was like we talked about this before. Like there were places that were like hotbeds of alt comedy, and they would just like. What was that called? The Upright Citizens Brigade.
Yeah, UCB.
They had a UCB that was across the street from the Scientology Celebrity Center.
Is that place closed now? UCB.
Yeah, because they all of these sections. Well, COVID came, but like it's so hilarious how like all those guys out of like the mainstream comedy clubs got offed by Me Too movement, which is like good-looking guys banging everything that moves. And then you had all these nerd dorks over at UCB getting accused of shit, and they never got, it was never a big idea. That was never a story they ran with, ever. Ever.
Nerd Melt was a big spot, too.
Nerd Melt, the comic book place, and I never went there because I was never part of that crew.
Meltdown Comics, I think.
Right, and I would go in there, and I remember I did one show there at the end. and I walked in, and it was 2 rows of lawn furniture.
Yeah, it's like folding chairs.
And I'm like, is this the powerful dojo? It's
crazy.
I'm like, this was the biggest psyop ever. It was such a psyop. They're like, oh my God, I saw it was packed, 14 people, and it just and then everything that came out of there, like, it was just like forced onto people.
Yeah, I think you're right.
You know, and there's some good people that came out of there, like the shredded Indian comic right now that was
Kumail Nanjiani.
Yeah, he's like shredded. Right?
Yeah, because he did that superhero movie. He got all shredded. That terrible superhero. God, that Eternals, that was the worst movie. That was so bad.
Yeah, I mean, because Marvel was getting out. We got to have one of everybody. You're
Yeah,
like, well,
that's what
not every superhero is entertaining.
Yeah.
Right?
It's so bad.
Like, who wants to see like a Hindu
fuck? Way, man. They've lost their way, dude.
Well, as I was talking to this guy the other day, and that guy was me to myself in my car, right? Because that's what I do. Like, Dana the other day goes, why are you talking to yourself? And I go, because I do. And I pay for everything here. So stop interrupting me, okay? Everything gets paid for by the guy that talks to himself. Leave me alone.
I love that you told her to stop interrupting you because you were talking to yourself.
Yeah.
That's fun.
But I was thinking about, like, so somebody supposedly greenlit the She-Hulk for a second season, even though it bottomed out.
I saw that. Yeah.
And it's like, even if Bob Iger is getting his dong kicked in, which he is, he's getting his dong kicked in, and I would probably tell you, most of this isn't even Bob Iger's fault. He like walked into a burning building.
Oh, they had already, yeah, dude. Those things are planned out so far in advance. These releases, most of the stuff. I guarantee you, almost everything that has been released since he was probably everything. It was already done.
Yeah, so you got this guy at the top going, dude, we gotta stop this woke shit. The problem is everything below him is just rotten to the core with woke crap. So they just keep making this stuff because they were hired in a time when they were like, you know.
Well, you've also got an organization filled with people whose brains are set on.
That's what
woke.
I'm saying. Yeah. Like you got to clean house. You have to just go in and be. You have to be Ari Gold on an Entourage with a paintball gun, shooting all the non-binary woke people there.
I miss pre-woke TV. That show was so much fun.
It was so great, bro. Do you ever watch old? What was the old joke, the comedy show where the comedians would sit around the table? You talk about it all the
Green
time.
Room?
No, on Comedy Central back in the day.
Tough Crowd.
Tough Crowd.
I love Tough Crowd.
Dude, you ever watch those conversations?
Yeah, that was my favorite show, dude, in high school. Like, we would come in and talk about it on at school the next day. Just loved it.
The jokes were insane.
People have tried to get him Colin Quinn to do some form of that again, and he just kind of shoots it down.
I was talking to some comics. I'm not gonna say who and when, but I told the funniest joke. I told the funniest story. Excuse me, about a joke a guy used to do in Vegas. His name was the Convicts Comic. Have I ever told you this story?
Convicts. Okay, go ahead.
Because he did time all the time. Like if he would get a ticket,
he did time about time. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but let's say he got like a ticket, and they'll be like, the fine is $400. He'd be like, just give me time, and he would just do the time.
I didn't even know that was an option.
For him, it was like, just throw me in jail. I'm not paying it. Just let me do the time. So he'd go to jail. He paid off.
That doesn't even make sense.
So anyways, he was
crazy.
So have you heard this thing that like on TikTok, there's comics who go in like their garage and they'll set the camera so it looks like they're in a comedy club, but they're really performing to nobody.
What a great, that's brilliant, really.
And, dude, this guy blew up off it. And he puts laugh track.
Does he say, or do people know?
Yeah, they know it.
They know it, and they don't care.
They don't care. I mean, the rules are out, Johnny. I've been taking jokes I'm gonna put on my special and just clipping them. It's like, who
what do you
cares?
Mean clipping them?
Just
you mean like that you've already performed and putting them out? Okay.
Yeah, but they're gonna go on my special.
It doesn't matter anymore.
There's no rules anymore. Yeah. I think the only rules don't steal jokes, barely. So he was the first guy I ever saw do that. He did a whole comedy album in a studio.
What do you think about that? Because I know a lot of comedians who have a problem with that, I think.
No, I do. I think it's ridiculous. So he would do this. He went and record his entire album of nothing at that time. He was an open micer in a studio. And then the guy came and put audio tracks under
It's funny. We were just joking the other day about how It takes a certain kind of person who like their first open mic brings like their two best friends to record it, and like we're gonna put this on YouTube.
So I just saw a buddy of mine, Kevin Garr. He was headlining somewhere, and he said that his feature didn't do one joke the whole time and just did crowd work the whole weekend. I would tell you, I would go to them.
You brought him on the road?
No,
okay.
I'm sure he when you just when it's like weird. If you sell tickets, you get to bring your own people. If you don't, they book it.
Yeah.
Right.
And they book it with a guy who just does crowd work right before. I mean,
it's weird. Like I used to do the Tampa Improv, and they would just put me with Florida's best black comic, and they would just slam, and I would have to go.
Got energy though for that.
I can follow them, but I had to slowly bring them back to me.
That's funny.
It's like I like there was a bunch of times where it's like me or I was following this one guy up in the Bay Area, and he was just so funny and so smooth, and that it was like Friday followed by the movie Train Spotting. It's like two different energies,
That's a weird double feature.
Yeah, but it's like because what happens is a lot of these comedy clubs, they want to they're not sure if you're going to sell, so they just want to make it the greatest show ever. And then they kind of trap these features who should be headlining into these feature spots. And then these guys who are new on headlining have to follow just the easiest spot in the show, which is a feature. Anyways, what was I even talking about? How did this even start?
We started on, I was talking about Andy Kaufman before the show, and I was trying to ask you if he was a big deal.
So this guy does he does the stand-up. And so the reason I'm telling you this, so he had the funniest joke.
Who was this guy again?
The Convicts comic.
The Convicts comic.
The 90s. Remember, I started next November 16th this November 16th.
Okay.
Will be the 30-year anniversary of me doing stand-up.
So 94.
So 94 I started.
Wow. Did the Convicts comic, was that what he went by, or did he have a name like Clint?
No, he went. I welcome to the stage of Convicts comic.
Really? That's very much a 90s thing. You would never hear anybody do that anymore.
His joke that I'm about to tell you is the most 90s shit you've ever heard in your life.
Go ahead.
So you go up, he goes, you guys know why Asian boxers are really bad boxers? And you'd be like, why? Because their faces are like catcher's mitts, dude. So I tell that joke off air to all these comics, and they all look at me and go, do not say that on the podcast. Do not say that on this podcast.
That's why you have your own podcast.
Yeah, I go, so, but the funniest thing about
this... Is he black, the Convicts?
No, white guy, okay. Which is hilarious, because then one day...
White guy can never get away with that.
Now, he did back then. Yeah. So anyways, what happens is the Convicts comic ends up just disappearing for a while.
Well, yeah, I mean,
and then I forget how I see him again. I'm like, "What's up, dude? I haven't seen you." And he's like, "Yeah, I've moved to New Orleans." I'm like, "What are you doing there?" He's like, "Oh, I'm a trans hooker now." I'm like, "You're a tranny hooker?" He's like, "Yeah, that's what I do now." I go, "Okay, bro."
You thought he was serious?
Dead serious, bro.
No way.
100%.
I mean, he is the Convicts comic. Like, he probably got, you know what probably happened?
Yeah,
he probably
got some weird shit in prison and then realized there's some money in that, you know?
The Convicts comic. I wish we could find some clips of him online. He would kill on TikTok, the Convicts comic, yeah.
Why? Do they allow that more racial stuff to happen?
Well, they do, yeah. I mean, TikTok's just a wild west of the internet.
Should I post my clips there?
Dude, I wish, I get emails all the time from these like Indian companies that will chop your shit up and try to make you big on TikTok.
Yeah, but they just don't get comedy.
Well, they want thousands and thousands of dollars to do it.
A month?
Yeah. Like $3,000 a month.
Get out of here with your craziness.
Because I always ask them, I'm like, give us a quote, and then they come back
$3,000, $5,900. We give you all the
This is not even just guys doing clips. Like they are specialized in like blowing you up on TikTok apparently, but it's way too expensive. It's stupid.
$3,500, $9,000.
And I think they just buy followers probably.
I'm sure, dude. That's what they all do. That's what they all freaking do. So Johnny, what do you want to get into? Daddy got
You have a big announcement, I believe, from Jiu-Jitsu.
Yes, I have been passed to advanced class.
Congratulations, buddy. No, wrong one.
Hey,
I hit the wrong button. Sorry. Congratulations, Sam. Yeah, I
I'm
know you've been
excited.
waiting on that for a while.
I'm excited.
Did you know that it was going to happen when you went in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was supposed to test last month and get in, so I should have been here for a month already.
Can you just give me 1 second? The displays have gotten out of sync. I gotta just do like a quick.
Okay, guys. So you guys.
Oh yeah, if you want to do that.
This is gonna drop on Monday. So by that time, we'll be done with ChaosTwins.com. Our initial campaign, but what Indiegogo does is allow you to keep it running. So we're already having discussions about where the show's going to go. And dude, Johnny, I think you're going to love this. Okay,
go ahead.
We're going to make it into a weird, almost multiverse with different feel and themes. Meaning, so it's like these kids, the Chaos Twins, are going to be in a kids kind of atmosphere.
Okay.
But there's going to be a time where from the future, they come back to right some wrongs, and it's going to be more of like a Sin City graphic type version of them meeting their kids and like all that. So we're very excited about it. We think we're going to be able to make an animation now.
Now, would that be comic too? A comic book or what you just described, or is that animation?
Within the comic book.
Okay.
So we're just deciding. We already have the first animation done. And the first comic book written.
It is. Oh, okay.
Our goal is going to have 2 more.
That's exciting, man.
I am excited. And then I'm going to do maybe do tours of different cities to go do signings for the comic book, stuff like that. Try to see if I can get it going. So anyways, so that's exciting. Go to chaostwins.com. That will still be going. And then
man.
Johnny, can you do this real quick? I have to add this to the to my to the tinfoil hat coming out. Go to samtripoli.com and then just cut this from this into that as well.
Okay. Just a second. All right.
Yeah, check out go to events and check out my dates. I just had some dates. I'm very excited. Los Angeles on the 12th. We're putting together 2 shows if we can do it. I'm putting together 2 murder shows for Comedy Chaos. Big blowout. Then December 16th, I have El Monte with my boy Xavier Guerrero. And then I just added 3 more shows. I'm doing my world tour of Northeast America, okay? And it's going to go Cleveland, Ohio with Eddie Bravo, Xavier Guerrero, or at least Eddie Bravo is going to be on 2 out of the 3 of this tour. Cleveland, Ohio, we're going to be there the 11th of January. Then Pottstown, we're back on the 12th of January at Soul Joel's. And then I'm going to Pittsburgh. Everyone asked me to come to Pittsburgh. Daddy's coming to Pittsburgh. Here we go. I'm going to be at Lovey Bear, Low Lev Beer Comedy Night.
Beer,
and that's a Sunday night, 2 shows. Come get weird. And by
doing Batavia again, huh?
Then I'm back at my old house, Batavia, the Comedy Vault. So go check that out, samtripoli.com, all the dates. And anyways, let's get into it.
What were we pulling off? Oh, this picture off your Instagram. Okay. Yeah, here you are getting your certificate.
It's my certificate. That is my teacher. He teaches beginner's class Animal.
His name is Animal?
It was his nickname.
Like a nice guy. He's got a big smile.
A very nice guy. He's got size 14 feet.
Yeah, he's the guy
huge.
You could tell he would beat somebody's ass.
If you want. No, he is the nicest guy.
But no, I'm saying like if he got pushed, he's got no problem handling himself.
And then you go watch these guys in the advanced class. I just get lit up, bro. So I'm very excited, Johnny.
Are you nervous about moving on?
It's very weird
because you were just getting to the point where you were tapping. The guys that you were in the class with.
This week I tapped 3 people, and only one was a high school kid. Okay,
but now you're moving on to the next class. Right?
Yeah,
and now it won't be as easy as what.
No, I'm gonna get murked.
Okay,
I'm gonna get murked, but I don't mind getting murked. I don't mind it. I laugh the whole time.
Life prepared you for that, huh?
And
so
dude, I have no ego. I have no intentions of obviously at 51, I'm gonna go win Abu Dhabi or something. I enjoy the workout. I enjoy the notion that if I got into a fight with somebody one-on-one on the ground, if they don't know any jiu-jitsu,
you got him.
I can dude. You can tell you don't realize when you're doing jujitsu, how much growth you're doing until you get with a brand new person. And then you're like, oh, I don't know nothing.
Yeah.
And you're like, it's insane. And even I trained today with Animal, and he was like, he started laughing. He goes, dude, it's so crazy how like you came in here knowing nothing, and now you do all this crazy shit. It's like cool to watch. I'm like,
That's cool, dude.
Yeah, I got a couple people in Kimuras. I got somebody in a rear naked choke. So Kimura seems to be my thing, dude. Bang, bang, bang. Just get him up, arm in, bang, crank it. That's my thing. And I did once on a guy that is a good friend of mine in the class, and I got him, and to the point where I thought he let me have it, and he's like, "No, you got me." I'm like, "Damn, dude."
Oh, and you asked him like, "Oh," and he's like, "Yeah, you got me." Okay.
I did it so quick, bang, and it's just like, wow, dude. So we'll see, dude. The thing about practicing jujitsu and the actual application of jujitsu is two totally different things, bro. You know, it's like when you order food, you look at the menu versus the food you get. It's it's like trying to get a rear naked choke on someone who knows what they're doing is so crazy. And then you watch these guys in these tournaments, and they're so intense, bro. They're so intense.
Kind of have to be, you know? I mean, it requires ultimate concentration.
Well, if you win a tournament like that, dude, your fortunes change. You tour off that. You do seminars.
There's money in that, really?
There's so much money in jiu-jitsu now.
No kidding.
So much.
In America?
In America. Yeah, dude, listen, for whatever you want to say, and I have none but love for Joe Rogan, Eddie Bravo, they blew up the sport of jiu-jitsu. Joe Rogan is a giant part of the explosion of jiu-jitsu.
And UFC, yeah, I mean, those guys, for sure.
Right? I mean, like, dude, the guy is he is the John Madden of that sport.
I mean, I remember that the only way I could watch UFC was to rent those tapes that, you know, at the tape rental place. I remember thinking, oh, remember the covers with like the guy with the, you know, holding the thing.
Yeah. Guys, listen, saying I love you, I'm sorry, I miss you, these are phrases usually don't capture the depths of our feelings. What if you could turn your sentiments into a song to help hit the right emotional chord? Okay, it's just that easy.
Songfinch, Sam, is the ultimate gift to show how much you care. What you get with Songfinch is an original studio quality song inspired by your story that's completely unique, personal, and lasts forever. Songfinch walks you through a simple 4-step process to create an original song. All you have to do is tell them who the song is for, provide some simple personal details, and let them know the type of song you want. Then you pick your favorite Songfinch artist, or you can get matched to one, and they'll pour their heart into writing, recording, and producing your original song in just 4 to 7 days. Special add-ons can help to commemorate the occasion even more, like a vinyl recording of your song or one-of-a-kind art crafted from your lyrics. Or you can even add your song to streaming services so you can more easily surprise your unsuspecting recipient. That's kind of cool, right? You can be like, hey, check out Spotify. And
this is so cool, bro.
Songfinch is the only original music platform that guarantees that you'll love your song, or they'll work on it until you do. They stand by their community that has over 100 artists, and every original song they create, that's over 300,000 now and counting.
I'm in, dude. I'm in. I love this idea. I would use this for everything. Hey, you want to give you 2 weeks? Why don't you write a song and then send it? Hey, listen to this new song I heard on the radio. Hey, man, can we Netflix and chill? I'd write a song about that. You could use this for a lot of different reasons, man. Not just like romantic lovey-dovey stuff, which is
like
great.
Apologies. I could say apologies. You say the wrong thing.
You know?
If you have a minute, check out the reaction videos to Songfinch songs online. That's the real proof that
that's
these
the
things are
ultimate
great.
gift right there. Let's go, Songfinch. So here's what we want you to do. For a limited time, Songfinch is letting our listeners upload their songs on Spotify for free, so you can listen to your favorite song anywhere you go. Dude, now you're already better than SoundCloud rappers.
Yeah, that's great.
Right? You're already on Spotify. Let's go, bro. So go to Songfinch, FINCH.com/BrokenSim to start your song. After your purchase, you'll be prompted to add Spotify streaming for your original song for free. That's a $50 value.
Wow.
50 big bucks.
Amazing.
For free. This offer is only available for our listeners, Johnny and mine, more Johnnies than mine, okay, at our special URL, Songfinch, songfinch.com/brokensim. That's songfinch.com/brokensim. And be sure to share your song with me. Come on, I want to hear it. So did I tell you that? So yeah, I've been flying a lot, and you can always tell when a comic's on the road all the time because all of his jokes or stories about planes. But this is a quick, small one.
Okay.
So I don't know if you noticed this, but like my planes always seem to be arriving early now. Like they're like, oh, we got here 25 minutes early. Okay, you're like, oh, this is great.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Yeah.
And then what happens? You have to sit there because your gate isn't open yet.
Totally. Yeah.
Right? You're like, what the fuck is it? What?
Why did we even hurry?
Yeah. Why are we in a rush? So we get there early. It was the what was the flight? I forget what flight it recently was, but I just flew.
Yeah, just lie.
And they're like, okay, it's gonna be about 20 minutes. So I'm trying to get away from my phone and the most I can, like get some sleep if I can, read a book.
That's the worst, by the way, because they turn all the ventilation off when you land like that.
Yeah.
They turn the air off, so it starts to get hot on the plane. Ugh.
So I'm in my row. I got a Filipino dude and then a older, thicker woman. And let's say she looks like she's from Oklahoma, and everyone's really nice on the plane. Like we see the guy's kids. He's, we're like, oh, he's showing us pictures of his kids. You talk to the people you see? Well, no, like if they start talking to me, I
just sleep the whole time. I don't.
Yeah, I sleep too. Like I talked to them, I went to bed, and I woke up, and we had a conversation. They were great. I always sit aisle because I sometimes want to get up and just walk around. So we're all getting great. We're getting good. We get there early.
Best friends now, it sounds like.
Right? Well, yeah. We get there. Johnny, I make friends. And then I don't call anyone back because I'm an isolator, and then I have no friends. Yeah. So the plane lands. They're like, yeah, we're here 20 minutes early. Everyone's like, yeah. They're like, here's the problem is our gate isn't ready. It's got to be another 20 minutes. I'm like, oh, and I did have my phone on me.
Why? Wait,
because
you put it? That was how you keep it away from you?
Yeah,
you put it in the bag?
I put it in my bag, and I'm like waiting 5 minutes. I'm like, I can't do this. I can't. So we're not moving. We're just sitting there. I get up, and I undo, and all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that.
Sir, please, sit down. FFA or what? FAA regulations. Yeah. Sit down. I'm like, I'm just kidding. I'm like, all of a sudden I'm on the show Hijack. I'm like, I'm just talking. I'm just getting my phone. I have an addiction. I need my phones. Calm down. No, sir, please sit down. And then all of a sudden, when the stewardess is rushing at me, I'm like, I get the phone quick, bro. I'm stumbling. I unzip. I grab both my phones, my social media phone.
What's he going for?
I do. I'm like, I'm just grabbing my phone. There's nothing. Sir, please sit down. She grabs the bottom rim as I'm pulling my hands out, and she slams it shut. Sit down, sir. FAA regulations. I go, hey, man.
You're standing up.
Well, yeah, we got here early. We're not moving. I need my phone. Sir, FAA regulation. I sit down. Suddenly now, the woman will not talk to me.
What woman?
The woman in my row where we're all kumbaya.
Yeah, because she just thinks you're crazy now.
Because now she thinks I just violated FAA regulations, and she's not going to have any piece of that.
You're about to be banned for life from flying.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, dude, what if I lose my fucking...
Can you imagine if you got banned from flying?
What if they're like, hey, man, we had to take off your fucking pre-check because you were violating AA. I just needed my phone.
Can you imagine?
That's all I wanted.
What if you got banned from flying? That'd be your career would be over. You could only just tour
done.
like California.
I'd have to be. I have to get so big. I just have to John Madden it, go into every gig.
Big old tour bus.
Yeah. So Ari did it for 2 weeks. I think it cost $30,000.
Duncan did it across the whole country. I don't know how he afforded it if it's that expensive, because I saw him once in like Durham, and he had a huge tour bus, dude. Like, did the whole country in a huge tour bus.
I'm sure he got sponsors and shit like that. I'm so sad they never brought that show back.
What show?
His
Tourgasm?
The Midnight Gospel.
Oh yeah, that's sad.
I mean, that was the best show.
It was a success too, right? From
Dude,
everything I
it was
heard.
the second biggest show on planet Earth on Netflix.
Such a beautiful. I haven't even.
That's why they didn't bring it back.
Yeah.
That's why they didn't bring it back, because they're a-holes. a-hole.
That was funny.
Speaking of a-holes, Johnny, this is a true story. I'm going to tell you. Then we'll get into some fun stuff, too.
Okay.
What else do I got? Okay.
Do you even know what you're going to say right now?
Yeah. I'm just looking down the list of stories I wanted to tell you.
Okay.
So, you know, Johnny, since I've been a kid, I've been a people watcher.
Mm-hmm.
I like to watch people. And when I was very young, my mother would, I go, Mom, can we go for a drive? She goes, yes. We get in our car and we just drive around Cortland. I would just stare at people and just look at them.
Well, that's how you know you grew up in the 70s, 80s?
Yeah.
Because there's not shit to do. If you're just, that was your idea of entertainment,
Yeah.
just driving around,
Just
looking out
driving
the
around. We would drive up through the college, Cortland State. And then we would drive through Main Street. At that time, they're trying to make it 2 ways, but it's both ways. I mean, it's one way at that time. I go.
Thank you for that detail.
Staring at because it's growing, Johnny. I would just stare at the college kids, and then we'd go through the shady part of town and look at all the rednecks and hillbillies, and then go by the farms. So I've always loved to drive my car and people watch.
Yeah.
So whenever I have to come into Hollywood, whether it's this gig, this podcast, not tinfoil hat because that's during the day, but at night, if I have to do this podcast or I'm going to the Comedy Store, I'll just do the tour. So what I do is I come down.
That's how you're going to die, by the way. You're going to get shot by somebody driving through a weird
We'll
neighborhood.
get into this. So I go down. My tour is this. Go down like Vine.
Yeah.
Then head down Hollywood Boulevard, which is now black. It's all black clubs, black everything, black.
You mean like tourist Hollywood?
Black people.
Yeah, okay.
It's all black people, which is great.
Like the Walk of Fame, that whole area.
Everything's black. It's like black with a pinch of Latino, okay? A tiny, little pinch of Latino. So I go down, I just watch all the shit, all the crazy people. This show started way back years ago. I would just walk around COVID Hollywood Boulevard telling stories.
Yeah.
So I'd walk down and see if I could catch anything interesting. So then I would go down.
Is this Sam Tripoli's Hollywood Safari? Is that what this is right now? Because we need to know that.
I guess it is a Hollywood safari, but it's a West Hollywood safari, and I'll get into that.
Okay. Well,
so I go down, and then I hit Sunset, and I drive all the way down Sunset, and I go through the rock and roll area, which is dead now.
You mean like the
dead.
Rock and Roll Ralph's, that whole area, like the Guitar
past
Center, all that?
Yeah, I would go down La Brea. There used to be the El Pollo Loco. I go down that, past Rock and Roll Ralph's, which is basically Rock and Roll Ralph's, because all the shitty strip bars that are right there, like the weird, what are you doing with your life strip bars? So I'll go down Sunset. I'll go all the way past the Laugh Factory, who is the best at advertising. The Comedy Store doesn't put comics' names up. I think it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Oh, the Laugh Factory's completely worlds ahead of the Comedy Store with that.
In
kind of
advertising,
stuff,
it's the best.
Yeah.
It is the best. And it's just like that used to be a tradition. It was a huge deal as a comedian when your name went on the marquee for the first time.
I think I heard somebody say that they were worried about sending them up the ladder
Which is so
crazy.
dumb because the club's been open since 72 and it's never happened.
Nobody's broken their necks. Yeah.
Never, not once. You get one guy down there holding the ladder while they do the thing. It's stupid. Yeah. I love everybody at the Comedy Store. I highly disagree with that, not to advertise who's there.
I mean, if you're gonna do that, get rid of the damned old school board and get a digital one like the Laugh Factory
and I would
has.
guarantee that would be all ads too, because you could charge so much money for that.
That sucks. Yeah.
So then what I do is at the whiskey, I'll go up, look at the Roxy, all that stuff, turn back around, and then I go down.
So you're just cruising.
That's what I do. Because I just like to watch people and see if I can catch anything to talk about. So then I go down Santa Monica Boulevard, and I get down there. What is that street right there that I go down? I forget the name of it, but I take a right.
What is it? Well, you got
San Vicente
or Larrabee or
San
Palm,
Vicente,
Hancock.
San Vicente. So I go down there, right? I go down there, and then I take a right on the Santa Monica, and that's where all the gay clubs are. And then I watch all the parade of gays.
Oh, I bet you do.
Right. So this is what the story is. So I go down to I forget Robinson, which is where a very famous recovery building called the Log Cabin is. Okay. So I go down to Santa Monica and Robinson. I stop. I'm going to do an illegal U-turn. Everybody does it there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's
when the
all
parade of gays cross the street stops, I'll whip a Yui and go back.
Santa Monica and Sunset U-turn. I mean, you have to do it.
You have to do U-turns. So I'm waiting there at the looking for the left turn arrow. I suddenly see this fat gay guy fluttering towards me with flyers. So he takes these flyers, right?
He saw you cruising.
Hold on. He takes these.
Real recognize real.
Okay. So wait till you hear this. So he takes this flyer and he puts it on like the stop sign. And I'm reading the flyer.
Stop sign.
It's like it has this little sign in the middle that says stop. It just says stop. I think it's a stop sign or yield or something like that.
Whatever.
Right there on the traffic light, right?
Okay.
I look at the flyer. It just says one domain on it. And it says cumdumpstervan.com. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy put up? cumdumpstervan.com.
What? I'm not typing it in. I'm not doing it.
It said, don't do it.
Yeah, I'm not.
So I'm like, what the fuck? He looks at me, starts laughing. He starts turning this way. I turn this way. He's got a little gay buddy that is taking a flyer and putting it in the window of my car on the side door on the left. I'm like, hey, get off my car, dude. Get your cum dumpster van flyers away from me, right? So I'm like, I'm good. And he runs off laughing.
That's so weird, dude.
It's a drive-by, cum dumpster fucking drive-by. So I'm like, what the fuck, man? Get that off my car. Johnny, so I put my
so
window.
funny. I can hear somebody in the hallway right now, too, like right outside the door, and you're just at the top of your lungs going,
angry
cum dumpster.
about us eating ass. He's
Yeah,
not going to jump. Cumdumpster.com.
No, be quiet.
So
I leave after you. Don't do that.
So I go, dude, get that the fuck off my car.
Cumdumpstervan.com.
Cumdumpstervan.com. I press the automatic window to go down. Mm-hmm. The window goes down. The fucking flyer goes with it.
Oh, no. They must have glue on them or something, dude.
The flyer is now in my car.
Oh, no.
In my door. And I'm worried that if it rains, it's going to get so wet, it's going to jam my fucking things. No. So I have to go back to Mitsubishi at some point and ask them. They're going to have to pull out the fucking flyer. And I'm going to explain to them, this is not cumdumpster.com. But it is how my kids were conceived, but not in this car. Okay?
And then they're going to go look it up, and they're going to
be like, really bro, would this guy come in, bro? Bro, he got cumdumpstervan.com, bro. So I met that guy who runs the show. So I saw you. He fucking his car, bro. Yeah. Right now, my car's got cumdumpstervan.com.
I'm imagining, when you say a fact, I'm imagining like Kyle Gass, that guy that goes around with Jack
Johnny,
Black.
you want to know what he looks like? Look up the little video, the like Instagram video about the fat gay guy dancing when everybody's like walking into Thanksgiving when all my conspiracies have come true. Have you ever seen that video?
Oh, yeah, and he's prancing. Yeah, but I don't know how to look that up.
Very elegant dancer. That's exactly what this guy looked like. Fat and gay and just so funny, dynamic.
So it's still stuck in there right now?
It's still stuck in there, Johnny.
I can't find it. Anyway, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I have to go and I have to...
I want to ask you about something that I saw. I don't know how I came across this, Sam, but this is a tweet that you tweeted. Let's see. You tweeted this in July, and I'm just wondering what the deal was and why you haven't stuck to it. You tweeted, "I will no longer be retweeting anymore." What was that about?
I forget the reason why, but that was right around when I was really over X.
Okay.
And I was just over all the shit I was getting, and I also felt like I was adding to the.
I feel like this is you actually jumped out in front of Snoop Dogg when he did the "I'm not smoking anymore" thing. You said "I'm not retweeting anymore."
Yeah. And then everyone begged me to retweet, so I just retweet everybody now.
Okay.
So Johnny,
that got almost 37,000 views. That tweet.
Yeah, I mean, they've shut me down. I get nothing now. But Johnny, I want to start off by a new segment.
A new segment. Okay.
A new segment on the show.
We need another segment.
A new segment called Shitposting. Yeah, shitposting. I want to start off with one of the shit posts that we've been getting on about the show.
So many.
Everyone is mad at us that we made fun of Blippy, and everyone just keeps tweeting to me that the original Blippy is married, happy, rich with his kids, and he's living the best life.
He shit on his friend's face.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't judge us. And this is a guy who is a real. I mean, I've been peed on multiple times. I'm not judging anybody.
He shit on his friend's face.
He took dude, like
a liquid shit on his friend's face on camera.
Have you ever met people who are in the shit getting pooped on?
I'm thinking.
It's really
I've met girls who like piss, but not.
Yeah, I think everybody likes to get peed on. I think everybody likes to get peed on.
No, not some. There's some women who don't like to get peed on. I know that.
Johnny, have you ever been peed on? Have we talked about this 1,000 times?
No, I haven't. No, it doesn't do it for me.
It's great.
It wouldn't do it for me.
It is.
I would pee on somebody, no problem. If they liked it, that was what they liked, no problem.
Yeah. You would be like an understanding lover and just pee on them?
No, not understand. I would be happy to do that.
Now, Johnny, would you be happy to just pee on anybody at all? Like if somebody was on fire, would you walk up and just pee on them?
Yeah, of course.
There's a homeless guy just on fire.
Yeah, which I was driving the other day and I saw just a giant fire.
Would you pee on somebody who set themselves on fire because they want more restrictive gun laws? Would you pee on them to stop them from burning?
No, they should just.
Okay, so your piss comes with certain terms. Anyway.
Dude, it's not going to help. It's not going to help. It's going to make them live like 5 seconds longer.
Johnny, would you pee on them while you made gunshot sounds? Would you do that? So anyways, so you people who are yelling at us about Blippy, you think we judge him. We are. Well, we are. I should have said that.
Yeah, he shit on his friend.
I don't care if you shit on your friend. It's like
I do.
I don't. It means nothing to me.
If you want to do kids entertainment, don't shit on kids. I mean, shit on your friend.
Well, you shouldn't. That's why he got replaced, and that's why he sold it. And now they got a new person.
Because kids are eventually going to Google you, and then they're going to find the video of you shitting on your buddy.
And but to me, it's just like it's more about how he acted trying to entertain children. Like kids are just complete botards. You know
what's a botard?
Political retards. Potards?
Oh, potard. I thought you said botard.
I did say botard, but I meant potards.
You said Talmud. You said Talmud a few times this week.
Well, it's the Talmud, and the people found Talmuds.
Okay, Talmuds. Okay, that's a good one. I like that.
Thank you, Johnny. Trying to get me canceled.
I got a whole combo of you
saying Talmud.
Talmud. Yeah, I just love it. I've been adding to it over and over again.
How long is it now?
It's not too long because it's such a short word.
Is that going to be my Joe Rogan N-word drop that you try to get me canceled with?
No, I mean, it doesn't have any other words.
Johnny, hey, Johnny, you going to blackmail me with that shit? Is that what you're doing right now?
No, because I don't keep the rest of it.
Are you trying to blackmail me, bro?
I just keep that one word. So
Johnny, you're a blackmailer. I'm on to you, buddy.
I'm a white male, buddy.
Johnny, just know from now on, the money that I send to you, I will be deducting lawyer fees for future blackmail, okay? Just so you know. I'll be taking $100 out of anything I send you just to put into the bank.
I don't actually keep it. I should, and you've given me that idea a few times. Like you better not be saving this, but I don't save anything like that. I wish I did.
Stop blackmailing me, dude. Stop blackmailing me.
Listen, you brought money into this, and we got to get it clear. I don't keep anything except Talmud.
Okay, you're so ridiculous. So, what was the point of what I wanted to say to you?
Shitpost, dude.
Shitpost. Oh, yeah. So, that was it. We don't care if... listen, we love you. I'm not one of those people...
Not all of you.
I do. I do.
Some people that talk shit to me, I don't love. If you listen to the
show, even if you shit talk us, I still love you.
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah.
I'm a lover of our listeners, okay?
Yes, absolutely.
A lover of our... Johnny, if we sold any I Survived 55s,
I don't think not one of those.
We sold the logo
t-shirts, but not the...
No,
we did sell one. One guy, after we said that last time, bought at bsmerch.com.
I survived 55,000.
One guy bought that at BS merch.
Yeah, dude, that's a great American shirt, bro. Anyways, Johnny. So we love you. I'll never be a guy like, I don't love you. You don't know me, freaking homie. I love you, dog. I'll always love you.
women, like females.
Johnny, listen to me. Yeah, so what? It's easier to talk to me on DMs if you're a hot chick, okay? But I do talk to everybody.
Get follow back. 100%.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
easier for Sam every time somebody who's attractive tags me, follows me, anything like that. I look and see, and already XG and Sam have already been there. They've
Yeah,
already
I'm
followed
sorry, Johnny. We didn't have
every time.
Yeah, so what, Johnny?
Especially XG. XG gets in there fast. Bro.
Yeah, XG is always like, hey, dog. Hey, I just want to say hello. Hey, you listen to the show? I'm XG. Xavier Guerrero. I just hang out.
Did
know
you
what
make
I'm
that name up for him?
Yes.
You did. Okay.
Because I was never going to be able to say Xavier Guerrero forever. So I'm like, I'm just going to call you XG.
No, but is that even his real name, Xavier Guerrero?
No, it's like muchacho.
But did you make that name up, Xavier Guerrero?
No.
Okay. I thought.
I'm not going to give away his secrets.
Yeah. Okay.
But
No,
I do know.
I think he talks
I
about
do
it.
know his real name. It's like
Is
muchacho.
it like Ned or something, like Ned
it's
Flenderson or whatever?
Muchacho Mick Jagger or something like that. Some stupid ass shit.
Muchacho Hernandez. Is that what it is? Muchacho Miguel Hernandez. Muchacho. That's such a funny name. Muchacho.
Everybody.
Muchacho Margarito.
Give it up for Michael Muchacho Margarita, everybody. Come on, dude.
Remember that guy Margarito who like plastered his gloves and beat the shit out of what's his name?
Oh, yeah,
and nearly killed him.
What was the Jewish name he came up with last week?
Oh, he said, they never say that with Yamahas on their head or with the Star of Davis around their neck.
Who'd you say you came up with the funniest Jewish name for somebody?
Oh, yeah. What was it?
Merkensteinish or something?
Flubberstein or something.
It's so funny, dude. So funny. So, I know, Johnny, you have some shit posting you want to get into. I had 2 stories, but I'm only
I don't
going to
think
go.
I do, actually.
Yeah, you did. You said like someone was shit talking.
Yeah, but
you.
it was a lot of. Oh, yeah, I guess there was one.
Okay. So I want to get into my shit
go ahead.
talking
Have you sent it to
story
me?
if you don't mind. What?
Did you send it to me?
No, because I can't find it. It's so deep into my thing, but hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it, Johnny. Muchacho Margarita. Dude, that might be the funniest name you've ever come up with. Muchacho Margarita. Dude, I can't say. By the way, can we all admit that there is nothing creepier than Henry Kissinger's wife? Oh my God. How many Dalmatians did that bitch kill?
Peace out, dude, by the way. Bye.
No peace out.
Bye.
Burn in hell.
I saw that Al Franken tweeted out, or maybe on whatever Insta threads or whatever he threaded out, that Henry Kissinger called SNL once because the Stones were on, I think, to get tickets for his son. And Al Franken got on the phone with him and told him that, if you hadn't have done the bombing on Christmas Day, I would have given you these tickets. And so Kissinger's son got in the threads and goes, you shouldn't really be saying this a day after my father died, and everybody is on Kissinger's son just like, no, fuck your dad. He's a murderer.
Dude, this guy's got, his dad, his son was Conan O'Brien's executive producer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah. And
I'm not surprised. I mean,
I'm not
it's
either.
connected as
And
it
it's
gets.
just like, imagine
Nepotism.
telling people you can't shit on my dad. Imagine that. Imagine that, dude. Dude, can we be honest?
Oh my God, dude, this looks like something from Dick Tracy or something like that. Dick Tracy villains. This thing you just sent me.
Oh, dude, how funny is that shit?
What on earth?
How funny is that?
Remember Al Pacino and Dick Tracy?
Yeah.
Do you remember how weird those guys all looked in that movie? That's what this looks like.
Yeah.
Right?
So Johnny, do you? I want to get into my shit post.
Oh, I gotta pull this up that you just sent me. This is I can't believe this is even real. It's like Cruella DeVille and Danny DeVito.
Yeah,
standing
for
together or
sure,
something.
for sure.
What the fuck, dude?
A lot of
Look
shit.
at them.
Dude,
what
look
is
at
that?
her. And everybody thinks she's a dude.
Oh, really?
I mean,
I don't get it. I don't go into that. I don't really care.
I don't either. I mean, they do have a kid together, I think.
Yeah, and I think I don't. I mean, there's just a lot of
Like manly women out there.
yeah, there are. And
I'm with you,
I think
dude.
there's a spectrum of that shit. I mean, of course, genders is a real thing, but I think some women are.
Are you saying that they're fluid, buddy? Is
No,
that what you're
no,
saying?
I don't believe in that.
You think they're
I
fluid?
don't believe in gender fluidity. No.
You don't
in fact,
think
I
so?
don't even support playing as a female character on a video game. I don't even do that.
Okay.
If
All
they
right,
don't give me
Johnny.
the option, I don't play it.
You don't, homie, you don't play that?
No.
Okay, I got
We
you.
don't play that. We don't play that G-Unit. We don't play around.
We don't play that. I want to get into the 2 shit posts. I'm trying to find this video that made me laugh.
Please get into it. Please.
So I've decided, Johnny, to like cut up some of even the jokes I'm gonna put on my special. Kids don't care. The kids don't care.
No, it's not like so many people are going to be seeing him that it burns it.
Johnny, let's be honest. I'm so shadow banned on the website that matters. It doesn't. Yeah. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I wouldn't shout it out the window on Hollywood Boulevard, but put it on social media. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I mean? You're likely to encounter more people.
Where
on Hollywood
is
Boulevard.
like I need to like? Is there a website where I could be like exclusively on this? Should I try to do that on Rumble? Should I try to be
What do
like,
you mean, put your special out?
Yeah, be like, here, watch this special here
Well,
first.
I would do it on your website where you get paid. Just make it like a subscription thing where, you pay like Louis. What Louis does, $5.
Okay.
Here it is.
All right. So anyways,
I'm serious.
I know I'm going to try to do that, Johnny, but I also
Louis had it right, dude. What Louis did with his past couple specials and like
well,
he
you
put
ever
his whole
hear that
series
that's
out?
the reason they got rid of him is because he did go off the fucking reservation.
That wouldn't surprise me at all.
You know?
At all. That wouldn't surprise me at all.
And it's just like, what are we doing here, bro? Anyways, so I'm trying to find trying to find this shit, Johnny.
I can tell you if you want to do the one that I had. It was this
Yeah,
guy
you do yours
who was
and I'll
pissed
get
off.
I
that-
have 2.
This guy just started coming at me in my comments because we can talk about this in a bit. My bicycle got stolen over the break. My electric bicycle while I was away.
How do you now? I thought you knew that because you came home, but you're telling me
No. It was stolen while I was away. My girl noticed it, and her mom were there, and they were like, "Oh,
I'm
dude,
sorry.
your bike's gone." And my neighbors got stolen too. So, I was pissed, dude. I was so mad. And to paraphrase Owen Benjamin, somebody stole my bike.
Oh, damn. Johnny dropping N-bomb.
No. I think it's a white guy.
Johnny
honestly.
dropping bam.
I think it's a white guy or Mexican guy because there's this like ring of
Anything
homeless.
but the N-word,
No,
right,
I'm
Johnny?
serious. There's this ring of like homeless that live in RVs.
Yeah.
And they all have bikes like covered up with tarps in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
And they're clearly it's just a chop shop for bikes. And I've been going around trying to find it.
Oh, Johnny, are you like police? Are you vigilanting the neighborhood?
I am actually, yeah. And if I had been there, I would have been out all night.
Johnny, are you growing your hair out, driving a motorcycle, looking for war?
No, I am going to do those. This is what I tweeted about that got me the shit post. I am going to buy a bait bike just for bait. I'm going to have like multiple GPS trackers in it, Apple AirTags, everything you can imagine. And I'm going to find, if not the person who stole my bike, a person who steals bikes.
And just take revenge of your ancestors out on him?
Yeah,
Is that what you're telling me?
So this guy said, this guy called King Louis MC Backup. He tweets as a reply, he goes, still getting bikes stolen and still shitting on Gematria like a child.
What?
I mean, like those two things have nothing to do with each other.
So stupid.
At all.
Still eating fruit and fucking dancing? Okay.
Yeah.
If that's who you are.
That's right. Yeah. So I replied, I said, this is my first bike that's been stolen. What are you talking about? And how's that Gematria working for you, Anon? I bet you love this.
Oh, you got served.
I bet you love the secret too, right? That's what I told him.
Oh, you got served.
And he goes, how's Gematria working for you? You're the one ignoring it, allowing them to wrap a simulation of lies around you to stay blind to.
Somebody, dude.
And then he goes, of his work is so garbage, have him on and he meant to say, if his work is so garbage, have him on and let him defend so you look good. You won't though, right? Keep speaking English, thinking you're smart, you spellcasters.
Well,
he's talking about you and me right now.
Johnny.
But I didn't know what he was talking about. And I said, have who on? Dan Gematria? I don't book the show for one. And then he goes, Zachary Hubbard is who. So I was like, wait, hasn't he been on the show multiple times?
Yeah, he's been on
and
multiple times.
He was on once. And then so I replied to him, no, he's been on twice. For somebody who's this into numbers, you should be able to count to
you're
2.
You're totally
dipshit.
right, Johnny. He has been on so much.
He's been on twice. Yeah, and we have no fear of that guy.
No, and it's like, dude, yeah, we let him on. We're like, what are we talking about?
I mean,
here?
he talked.
Everybody's
and
getting
the guy. Then the guy replied, "Yeah, but you had him on, but you interrupted him and didn't let you muted him."
No. Listen, I don't want to get in a fight over him because I really don't hate him. I don't think he's.
We didn't do that.
He's a bad guy or any of that stuff. I don't want to get into it. We've had him on twice. So, I mean, please stop.
Yeah, I mean, we've had him on more than you've had Dave Smith on the show, who's like one of your good friends, like a guy you really appreciate and love. So what, we're supposed to hate this guy? He was on last year. There are plenty of people we haven't had on twice. And by the way, he was just shitting all over me as soon as you got in the thread and said he was on twice. The guy says he started using hearts and peace signs and stuff right after that.
Okay, so Johnny, I'm gonna send you this. I think this is it.
Anyway, so I got in a war with that guy. He, I called him a dipshit.
Yeah, I mean, like, dude, they're very passionate and annoying all at the same
angry,
time.
just brought a lot of negativity into my feed.
Okay, I'm gonna send you this. So I put out my this is one of my I had 2 shit posts this week.
Oh, I got it. Okay.
Okay, I'm sending you this. Hold on, Johnny. I'm gonna send
so
you.
Creepy. Is that what you just sent to me? That's
Yeah,
the one?
yeah. That was Henry Kissinger's wife. But here's the other one. Oh no, oh yeah, that's another thing for Fun with Stupid.
Okay.
I'd say that for Fun with Stupid.
I don't know if we have time for that. Fun with Stupid.
Okay,
unless you really want to do it.
All right. So one of the shit posting that I got today, this week, since the show went on, was I have again. I said earlier, I'm taking a couple of the jokes, putting them out on social media, and so I go, Johnny Betancourt, pick a joke. I don't care what it is from my Vulcan set. Everyone's like, dude, you fucking crushed. I'm an assassin of comedy. I am. I am ahead of my time as well.
Do you want to play this?
You can if you want.
Do you want to?
Yeah, I don't mind it.
You remember when there were white couples in commercials, right? You remember those days? Those days are over. Now it's all interracial couples with a Filipino kid, right? And you're like, dude, that's not your kid. Get the fuck out of there, bro. Right? Black people crushing in commercials. God bless them. They are crushing it, dude. Get that SAG-AFTRA insurance, man. But they got black people doing I've never seen them do in real life.
That's so funny.
There's a MasterCard commercial right now where they got black people scuba diving. What? Black people are scuba diving? They don't even take their socks off in porn. Now they're deep sea fishing. Every time I see black guys in porn, they got socks on like they need traction and shit.
All right. So I post that.
Yeah.
This fan go down, and it has since been, I think he's blocked me, but keep going down. So a fan right here, Brian, posts this. Wank man Skip.
Where is it?
Right there.
This right
That
here.
one. Wank man Skip. What do you think?
What say you?
What say you? And this is where all hell breaks loose.
He goes, race humor, eh?
Yeah.
LOL.
Yeah. And I proceed.
Who is Wankman Skip?
Go click his thing.
It's just a random guy.
Yeah, it's a random guy with 180 followers on social media. On a website for socializing, he has failed at
So
socializing.
you reply to him, 182 followers. You shouldn't be judging anything.
Yeah,
And
right.
He goes, you sound really bitter for someone reading a thread I was simply tagged in.
Yeah, and so we go back and forth. And I just keep pounding him. Then he starts doing gay jokes about me. I'm like, oh, gay jokes.
That's great.
So
yeah.
I just keep pounding him, and he's like, I'm gonna destroy, and I just keep killing him. And then he's like, I'm gonna block you. I'm like, okay, whatever. So the reason I go nuts is because this is what I can't stand is this double standard when it comes to white comics.
You can't talk about race, yeah.
Race humor, right, you know?
Yeah, like, you're so edgy is what he's trying to say.
No, what he's trying to say is like something I've heard other people say. I'm not going to say their names. They've been on our podcast where they're like, I've heard it all, making fun, blah, blah. And
Yeah,
like,
that's what I mean, yeah.
You know, and it's like, you would never say that to Dave Chappelle. You would not. I heard a comic one time at the comedy store going, I just want to show people that you could be funny without being racist.
That's his lived experience.
I go,
Sam.
you would never ever say that to Dave Chappelle. You would never go, why are you calling out white people? And Dave Chappelle's the GOAT. Cat Williams is easily one of the funniest people to ever touch a microphone. Would you ever tell him to stop making fun of white people?
No, I would
You
encourage
would
it,
never do it. Would you ever tell Asian comedians to stop fucking annihilating Asians? Like, dude, they light up Asians. Light them up.
A lot of them wouldn't have careers if we told them that. So,
Would you ever do that? You would never do it. You would never do it because you're lazy as shit. You only get mad when there gets a couple white people who are just like, I'm not following these stupid rules. You are at gunpoint, making me see race in everything. You make me do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
You make me do it. You will not allow me. We've just did jokes tonight talking about comics who used to do racial jokes, and everybody had fun with it. And now we can't even do that because a joke about black people in commercials is now seen as edgy and or just like lazy.
And then they have this response like, oh, the white guy's complaining because he can't make jokes about race anymore. You know, this is what happens. You know, you just take a little thing from a white guy and his whole world collapses.
I mean, is that the same thing about the N word? I mean, like literally,
Absolutely.
like it's the exact same thing. Like it's like unbelievable to me the context in which people discuss this stuff. It's like unbelievable to me. It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
No, I'm with you.
And it's just like black people, Jews, gays, women, Filipinos, Mexicans, whatever group you want to talk about, they do funny shit. And you have forced me to recognize it. I can't just go, oh, this. And most of the time, when the only time I'll be like, it's a black guy is if it's important for understanding the context of the joke. Meaning,
it's not. You're not making fun of black people. It's
just like you have to understand the environment in which this situation is happening. So it's like, and like all these guys now that used to be super edgy in the 90s now are like, hey, quit the racial joke. No, dude, light everybody up. That's the key to it. You really want to end that shit? Everyone gets lit up. That's the funny thing.
Think we'll ever get there?
Yes, we're getting
I think some hope. I think there's some hope in like TikTok and some of these places where there's just a free for all. There's some hope in that, and what X is maybe becoming, maybe.
That new like, as much as I despise Ben Shapiro, and we're watching this guy just get,
he's falling apart.
Oh, he's just getting annihilated, and he can't stop it.
Yeah, he's like a meteor entering the atmosphere. It's just parts
like
of him
Ben
are flying
Shapiro
off. Yeah.
Just playing the same note right now when everyone is making videos about how hypocritical he is the same people that they're doing the exact same thing as the people who just greenlit She-Hulk 2. It's like they can't help themselves.
Yeah.
They're so stuck in.
I think they greenlit that, by the way, because they greenlit also that show about Moon Knight. Remember, that also wasn't that good, and they knew if they brought that back.
Yeah, but that was way better
I know,
than
but
She-Hulk.
they knew that because the ratings weren't great on that. I think they knew if they brought that back, they also had to bring back She-Hulk. I think that's what happened there, by the way. I
wouldn't doubt it, and it's so stupid.
And people would have been like, "Well, you brought Moon Knight back, but not She-Hulk."
Dude, listen. I never stop somebody, your enemy, from destroying themselves. What's the old saying?
Yeah,
never get in the way of your enemy of annihilating themselves. I mean, like when you watch iHeartRadio pump out women's basketball podcasts, acting like anyone gives a shit.
200 million listeners,
dude. ESPN actually got me to want to look at a clip of South Carolina and North Carolina women's basketball almost getting in a fight. And the problem was I clicked a video on ESPN. They made me watch a
30-second ad.
30-second ad.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to watch it.
Yeah, dude,
bad.
I routinely on ESPN watch clips that are shorter than the ads I had to watch to get to them.
I mean, they're just going
to
destroy themselves.
It's terrible. And they did the right thing, though, when they brought, what's his name, that former guy for the Colts, the punter, right? What's his name? You know, who's like dropped the bag.
Yeah.
That guy, like they actually have clips that are worth watching now if you can get to them through the ads.
No, he's great.
He is great.
And
that was the best thing they've
let
done in a
him
long
go.
time. Yeah.
And it's just like they're getting in all this trouble because now they're not calling out this basketball player on OKC, Giddey.
Josh Giddey, yeah.
Nobody knows what the age of the girl was when it happened. I've heard like she's 17, he's like 19. That to me isn't
fine.
crazy.
Yeah.
Okay?
No big
But
deal.
then I'm hearing like he's 19. He supposedly there's texts allegedly of him saying, "Oh, she's 17. Can you find younger?"
I saw that. I actually saw that.
And do you think that's real?
I don't know, but
if it's
it
real,
is,
you're gone. Gotta
it's
go,
over,
bro.
dude. Yeah.
I'm sorry, dude.
I just wanted to add, by the way, the other thing that this guy tweeted, he started tweeting me about how like I need Christ and stuff like that. And I
have Christ, bro.
Well, here's what he told me. He goes, "Go read the Bible, you childish bitch." And then he goes, and I was like, "Oh, I'm sure that's what Jesus would say, right?"
Yeah.
And then he goes, "Jesus made crusaders, not betas." And I'm like, dude, the Crusades are like that's the worst thing that's ever happened in the name of Christianity, possibly.
Yeah, I mean,
Crusades. Like,
I love that they're
about?
like, you know, the
Pure ignorance.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
And
Anyways,
the guy has how many followers? Let me see. He's got 41 followers.
yeah, I mean, they're all just crazy.
Although you bring that out a lot about
Write down that time.
People not
Write down
having
the
followers.
time.
I'm curious about what do you think? I'm not sure I agree that should be a reason for them.
No,
you use that a lot. Like, oh, you have X followers, you suck.
Well, you're just trying to say something to get into them, and then they start revealing themselves more and more.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you start lighting up that stuff. You just need an entry point.
So you're just doing it as like a technique almost.
Yeah, like draw them out. Say something that drives them nuts. They emotionally react, and then you annihilate them on their.
I didn't know you had such like a plan.
Oh, dude,
that's great.
Yeah. So that's how it goes.
I just throw words at them. Because I type so fast. I just throw a lot of words at them until they.
So here's another thing, Johnny. And this is both hilarious and scary at the same time.
Okay.
And
sounds like what, like a Scream 2, something like that.
It's kind of interesting because it's a sign of how good the show's doing.
Dawn of the Dead.
No, I just sent you this, and it's hilarious. This dumb bitch.
This is another shit posting.
Yeah, another shit
we've had
post.
a big week.
We had a big week of shit post. So I had that guy Austin Picard on. Austin Picard had the first time he did it, a podcast interview was on our show.
That's
Zoom,
crazy. Yeah,
you go right to the big leagues, right?
Yeah,
we're not the biggest conspiracy show, but we're one of the well-known ones. Okay, yeah. So I have this guy on. He brings up some stuff about Jonestown. So I go, hey, come on my premium content. Let's talk about Jonestown.
Wait. Austin Picard.
Yes.
After Tinfoil, you had him on?
Yeah, I had him come do my premium content.
So after we did Tinfoil, you had him. Okay, I got it. Okay.
Yeah, he came on Only Conspiracies.
Got it.
And I interviewed him.
You have so many fucking podcasts, dude. It's crazy.
Well, they're all one podcast. I just want people to know what they're getting into. It's subsets, right?
You work a lot, is what I'm saying.
So I have so he comes on and he says something which is astounding, which is that Ray, the guy who was blamed for assassinating MLK. He says that
James Earl Ray. Yeah.
James Earl Ray. He says that his wife was in Jonestown. Well, this woman has a visceral reaction to this.
What woman?
This woman up. If that's even a B. Schofield.
Yeah, B. Schofield. B.E.
Now click on her thing. What's very interesting about her.
Real person?
Yeah, just click on her. I mean, I don't know, but that's her face.
I would bet that's not a real person.
Yeah, I don't think it is. But look at all of her mentioned in. She's mentioned in all these things. So
maybe it is a real person.
Right?
Okay.
Author of Hunting Lucifer on Amazon.
Oh, I love Hunting Lucifer.
Yeah. She's the author of it.
I'm joking. I've never heard.
Oh, okay. So anyways, she has 794 followers, which you don't think is important. And
no, I mean, that's a good number
she starts going off.
Oh, there's her mom.
She starts going off on that. He got that wrong. Okay, he got it wrong.
Sorry.
Okay.
Oh wait, let me see now. Wait, okay. So I need to go back to that then. So B. Schofield is in here saying.
Yeah, so go up.
Sam Tripoli and his guest Austin Picard claimed the government killed Jonestown members. They pushed a bunch of bizarre and wildly false ideas that are easily debunked.
But when you get into what she's talking about, she keeps bringing up.
This is great.
It's a sign.
Yeah.
It's a sign.
It is.
And it is a sign that the show is big.
You were happy when you saw us too, weren't you?
Yeah, well, it's a little bit of everything because that means more of this will be coming.
I like it.
Right?
I like it.
So go down. So
good.
Go down. So keep going.
Wait, can I ask you, why did she tag the art? Is that the art guy?
Yeah, that's the guy. That's Austin Picard.
Oh, okay.
Because he's the one who made the statement.
No, I thought that was somebody else.
Debunked then. And did you read my article? Nobody cared. I thoroughly debunked most of Austin's claims. Now, but she only brings up they kept saying like, oh, his wife was down there. It turns out his wife wasn't, and she was actually the court sketch for one of his trials. Okay. And okay, in helicopters and star members should inspire a bit of pushback from the host. No,
She doesn't understand the show, obviously.
and that's what I'm saying. The show is meant for you this hour. We're going to let you say what you have to say. And then the listeners or the non-listeners, okay,
Decide for themselves.
decide for themselves. That is the show.
We report, you decide.
Yes. And this is it. And you brought up Bishop Larry Gators. That's why he's no longer on the show, because he talked about how Trump was still in charge, which there are people believe that based on all this crazy shit. But we let him say it.
Yeah.
Because Bishop Larry Gators would be like, I need to come on the show. We're like, okay. Who else do we have that with? Shiva. Shiva said some stuff. I push back on it. It's the very few times I do that because you're attacking personal friends of mine. But we allow, like when Shiva's like, I invented email, he gets pushed back on the show all the time by the listeners.
Shiva, who through third parties just
There
tried to
is
get back on the show.
there is no way she can prove that Green Berets didn't do that. There's no way. It's impossible. It's impossible. There's no way for you to go for sure that that scenario did not happen, because we've seen that before. Okay?
Yeah, she just doesn't get the show. I can tell from reading here. She's like, oh, you
It's so
seem like an
weird because
idiot.
if you look at her face, she's like, which, you know, yeah, and she's just getting killed.
Now this is where she proves that she's a fucking dipshit
Yeah.
right here, because she goes, if you have a KKK member on your show and are giving him space to spout his beliefs uncritically, that is a problem. There's a big fucking difference between having a fucking KKK member on the show and having a guy talking about Jonestown.
And
I
by
mean, if you
the
don't understand
way,
that, you're an idiot.
Johnny, we've taken down 2 shows because,
Yeah, they
Because-
crossed the line. Yeah.
yeah, all right, and maybe in hindsight, I wish we might not have, but at the
That was
time,
the right thing.
at the time, they were wrong. It was wrong. Now, today, I think things are a little different and people are talking about things more. But she's told, like, why would I have a KKK guy on my show? That's just like, that is such a straw man argument.
Yeah, false equivalency. Yeah, it's just like,
It's such a straw man argument.
so stupid.
So she starts going off on this guy. And I go, even if he's wrong, a site that has exposed the most evil cults in the world. There's a brand new HBO series I discovered called Love Has Won. Check it out. It's like, get the fuck. Also, check out Netflix episode Unwell series about, called Exposed. Oh, so this is what she does. This is what she does. And like, his narrative destroys what she does.
I should probably stop bragging.
Will you go nice strong man? Will you go up to the KKK thing and go nice strong man argument?
I want to type more than that. But
Okay, but it's
I'm
just
gonna type more than that.
Okay,
later.
I'm gonna let me go find her. But the
that's
whole
just so
point is that I wouldn't have a KKK guy on.
No, I mean, if you don't get the difference between platforming a KKK guy and having someone on to kind of just share their ideas about what happened in Jonestown, and
It's so fucking ridiculous. And the reason she gets upset with that, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
and is she talking about now? What is she? The thing that you put out that she's debunking, it was the premium thing.
yeah. But
So how did she even get to that?
She didn't, because she said she wouldn't spend $15 on it.
How did she find out anything about it then?
Because Soundwave, the guy who clips my premium content, put out a part of
chunk
that
it.
interview.
Okay, interesting. Not even the main
And
show.
then he was so excited because everybody was looking at that. It got like 300 views, and he was like super excited about it. And then he was tagging, hey, watch it, which I'm fine with. And I don't even care. The point of the show is question everything.
Yeah, question everything, especially the stuff that we're showing you right now. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's
that's
just
the
stupid. But
If
it's
you
like,
don't, this is what this is though. This is this idea that they have in some maybe especially on the left, but everywhere in some quantity. This idea that just someone sharing an idea is the same as it's
violence.
Just not, yeah, it's like, I mean, it's just not.
It's so fucking stupid.
I mean, imagine getting that pissed off over that you would write a whole article about it.
But yeah, it's just
And it's clearly her trying to glom onto your audience.
and be like, check out my stuff. I debunk. Hey, listen, She could have just been like, hey, man, can I come on your show? I debunk cults. Yeah, come on the show.
Absolutely. Right up our alley. Yeah.
Come on the fucking show.
Yeah, and
It's just
enjoy
like-
that we don't ask you a million like questions trying to shoot down your shit, and fact check you in live in real time.
It's like from the day one, I remember I was like, I want to do a conspiracy show. I should get on Eddie Bravo. I go, Eddie, you want to come on? And I go, you know what? I'm just gonna let him talk.
Was he the first guest?
He was guest number 1.
That's great.
And I go, I'm just gonna let him talk. And he just talked. And he was like, that was great. Because usually he's just getting fucking, at the time, everybody was no.
Was
and
it
now,
tinfoil hat that was it tinfoil hat
yeah,
number 1?
because you remember, I go, hey, welcome to tinfoil hat. Well, you might not remember this, but I go, welcome, December, I think 13th or 16th is, I believe, the 8th year anniversary tinfoil hat.
We gotta do a.
Can you look up tinfoil hat?
Yeah, I'm doing it right.
Episode 1.
Just going all
Over
the way
7
back.
years ago. I wanted a date. What's the date? December 13th,
What year? 2017.
2016.
2016. So you started tinfoil hat before I was out here. Oh, I didn't know that.
I guess. 2016.
You start. That's like 3 months. That's 2 months. I came out here in early February 2017.
So you know what's cool? My sobriety day is December 9th, and the first ever tinfoil hat
That's cool.
is December 13th, 2016, which makes that show, 7 years old?
How long was it before it really started hitting? Would you say?
I say it came pretty quick.
Like, did you hit like 50,000 downloads?
Yeah,
Like,
very fast.
Really? That's
And I
crazy.
was really amazed by it too, because I couldn't get anyone to listen to the Naughty Show. Nobody. I couldn't get more than 5,000 people.
Isn't that crazy? You would have been happy with 10,000 back then, and now it's like.
Well,
10x
I'll
that.
tell you why I wasn't, because all my friends were getting over 100,000 at the time, and I was just like, "What the fuck am I?"
A lot of
doing
them
wrong?
aren't anymore too. You know that. Like a lot of podcasts aren't getting those kind of numbers
Really?
anymore in comedy. Yeah, they're not. Yeah. I've heard a few of them talk about it, and they're like guys that used to have pretty big shows that are just struggling to get like 70, 80, something like that.
I think that there's a big, well, when you see Whitney Cummings talking conspiracies, my work here is done.
Yeah.
But the beauty is that our show is so deep. It's not, again, our show is the training wheels for beginners to come on and listen. Even if it's a complex thing, we do it in a digestible way.
Yeah.
Then you go on, you listen to like
Put your floaties on.
Grind America guys, Greg Carlwoods and all those guys. And, Adam Curry's awesome show. I don't listen to that enough. I listen to one episode. So fucking good. So
But
yeah.
speaking of Adam Curry, by the way, he got in a thread with us on Twitter about somebody was complaining, and we do. So we've had some vaccine ads run, especially at the end of the show where we have a lot of the ads run. And this is something we've been fighting the host about a lot. But it turns out what we found out is that they keep changing. We can like block certain categories, and we've blocked those health categories, like pharma categories. What they are doing is changing the category they list the vaccine ads under so that they can get them through. Isn't that crazy? So some guy in like Quebec or something was getting ads from the Quebec government for the shot. And what we found is they started putting them in the fitness category.
Yeah. So now we can't get like Bowflex.
Right, exactly.
But I'm fine with that.
Yeah, but so I sent them another email, and they banned that category too for us. Hopefully, if you get them though, please tweet at me. But yeah, Adam Curry got in a thing like saying that. So yeah, I don't think he knew that he was talking about your podcast. But somebody,
He said nice things about the podcast.
but
on
he
his
was like,
show.
somebody is sold out. Whatever podcast it is, has sold you out. And I was like, no, it's just
It's
there's
not.
a very reasonable explanation for what happened.
I get that there's people that are really against ads, and I'm sorry. But
I mean, if you want us to keep doing this,
if you love everybody on the show,
yeah.
if you love everybody on the show,
Want us to eat.
even all the way down, if you love my website, if you love this studio, if you love all the people on it, if you guys have now gone and listened to Mark's show, if you love all those people, dude,
couldn't afford to be here without.
they couldn't afford to be here. I love the family that works on the show. It is a community that works together to keep the train on the tracks. It will always be that.
Barely sometimes, but yeah.
Barely. But it's always will be that. The show, I just wish people understood that, like with Austin, right? Like, I saw he hit me up, hey man, I'd love to talk to you about Ruby Ridge. He wasn't even talking about Jonestown. He said something interesting about Jonestown. I brought him on and we had a conversation about it. And even there was a guy in the thing was like, I listened to his episode on Jonestown. He goes way deeper. This was a short interview. That's it. I mean, it's like, it's meant to, she could have been way more constructive. But it's like this kind of like clout chasing bullshit, which is like it's all rap battles.
Debunk energy is what I call it.
Yeah, it's all rap battles, and that's it. And like, dude, if I'm wrong, tell me in a way that is like civil.
Yeah, like, hey, you may be interested, and actually, this is what happened.
Hey, his wife was actually here. Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
You.
Tell Austin that.
I mean, it's not like people don't want to get things wrong.
But the rest of it, like she's going off like, oh, no, helicopters, that never happened. You don't know that.
No, not possible, yeah.
Not possible.
And I'm not a fan of using that as you weren't there, so you can't possibly know what happened in history. I'm not a fan of that kind of argument. But in this case, it's totally applicable because there's just not enough, about that. There are no good sources for that.
Yeah, I totally agree. And listen, the only reason that you go, that's possible, is because we've done enough stories where that has happened.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like the most outlandish. It's like fish people came up and choked everybody out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's like, am I talking about Jonestown? Am I talking about Ruby Ridge or Waco or any of that fucking shit? It's like, anyways, this is not a conspiracy podcast. Because I have to leave in a half an hour because I have a late night spot. No, I have to leave in 45 minutes. That should be enough time, right?
Oh, plenty. Yeah.
All right. So that was fun. That was shitposting.
What we'll do is we'll alternate shitposting and fun with stupid. Those will be we'll kind of swap.
Unless I have nothing to talk about.
Yeah, and then we'll do both. Yeah.
All right.
I just want to talk to you about sometimes something happens on the internet. And it's really heartbreaking, and you're surprised that you could be affected so much by something that happened on the internet and the kind of in the cyber space. This is not one of those times. Keith Olbermann has announced that he's leaving Twitter for God knows where because of Elon Musk's, retweeting of the Pizzagate allegations.
Listen,
bye, Keith. You suck.
Yeah, and then he's back the next day.
Oh, is he really? Is he back?
Oh,
Are you kidding me?
Go look at his thing. Go look at Keith Olbermann's thing. He came back.
That's so. Here's what he tweeted. Let me just read this. After Musk's endorsement of QAnon pizza conspiracy, I'm gonna have to bleep that out. I won't be posting here anymore. There are a couple of pre-scheduled promos for the podcast. The last runs at 10 p.m. I'm on the other socials under my own name or some whatever. It's Keith Olbermann. So let's see. You're saying he's back, huh? Because I was gonna say, fuck off, Keith. Don't let the door hit you.
Yeah,
where the good Lord.
I mean, has anybody fallen farther from grace than this guy?
I used to like him too on Sports.
I think we all did. Yeah. I mean, he was working with what's his face, Dan.
He's so angry, Dan Patrick.
Dan Patrick, who's got a great radio show. Let's see if it's still there. Let's see if the last time he
changed it to fuck Elon Musk, and he calls it Keith Olbermann's Twitter ghost, ex-ghost.
Yeah, okay.
I quit Twitter, but Lauren Boebert's firm hand showed me I was making a mistake. The Countdown podcast post just after midnight.
That should say, I'm back with my tail between my legs.
Wait, what? So he is back. He just posted a thing right here.
Yeah. Just like
it's just not gonna work. Okay, but anyway, fuck off, Keith.
Yeah.
Like, is he really back? Just a coward. No balls. At least commit to it if you're leaving.
Yeah, I agree, dude. It just sucks.
The only thing he does is kind of post these like missing dogs and stuff, or like try to get dogs adopted. I have respect for that at least.
Shit posting.
What an asshole.
Okay, man, I got through all my shit. Can
I tell you one thing? Okay.
Yeah.
So I went home.
Can I eat a little meat while you talk?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, I would expect you to always have a little meat in your mouth.
Oh, Johnny. What do you call me? The CEO of Cum Dumpster Van.com?
So I went home for Thanksgiving, and my nephew, he's 5 now. So I took him to see a movie. I told you I was going to do that, and the movie wasn't great, but he had a great time. I kept catching him looking at me, just kind of laughing and smiling. He was having a great time in the movie. At first, he kind of talked at full volume a few times, asking me, like, why is that cat in space? Just questions. And I'm like, hey, buddy, you got to be quiet. We're in the movies, And eventually he settled down. So we play video games together, and in the past, I've always just let him play against bots. Never really like Call of Duty because it's too hard playing. But I gave him a little Nintendo Switch, like a handheld thing. They're pretty cheap. A couple years ago, and he had been playing Fortnite on there. Not good though. Never killed anybody. He's just trying, but he never kills anybody. Never wins or anything. So finally, I was like, all right, I got a little Xbox there in North Carolina, and we were gonna play together on Fortnite. And we played a few times, and it was good. But he was still like afraid. You know what I mean? He wouldn't go and attack people. He was afraid of getting shot. If anything bad happened, he just kind of run away. So then one night while I was there, he went back to his mom's house. I got on Xbox. He got on his little Nintendo, and we were playing. And we got jumped by these guys that were shooting us. Oh. And I got shot. And in Fortnite, when you get shot, you have like 30 seconds for somebody to revive you, or you're dead. And so I was like, all right, I'm dead. It's over. And I could see him running off. And then instead of this kid who's been afraid, never killed anybody before this, what I saw him do. And I get emotional even talking about it. I'm not even joking. He came, his big like green lizard character, and I don't know how he even knew how to do this, lifted me on his shoulders and carried me off the battlefield, getting shot in the back. I could see him, and I couldn't talk to him. We weren't on the phone, and I could just see him like lifting, and I was like, oh, he's going to die. And he just kept lifting me and dragging me, and he took me over the hill to safety, laid me down on the ground, my body just limp, and brought me back to life. And we fucking murked about 50 12-year-olds, and we won the whole thing. Me and my 5-year-old, we won. I took a picture of it and everything. It was the coolest thing that ever happened.
That might be the greatest story ever told.
I was so happy. I was so happy for him, man, because he never won. Barely. He told me, I was like, have you ever killed anybody even? He was like, no, not really. I'm trying, but I just love him so much. And to be able to, and we've gotten, okay at it, but it's playing together. Like I called him from California today, right before bed, He's the sweetest kid, He's had a little trouble at school, like behavior stuff, you know what I mean? Like walking out of the bathroom with his pants down and stuff like that.
Shit happens,
weird
bro.
Stuff, but
Woodards do Woodard shit.
I love him to death, dude.
That was a great story, man. Johnny. I'm glad you shared that with us.
I'm so proud of him.
That was a cool story.
We won Fortnite.
Well, I'm proud of you,
bro. It's a cool game. It's a cool game. I get why kids are into it. It's but I had to turn off just so he doesn't get groomed. I had to turn it off so nobody can chat to him or anything like that because I don't want him to get like creeps on there or whatever. But we had a good time. I love that kid so much, man. If anybody, I swear to God, if anybody ever bullies him or fucks with him or something like that, I will kill him. What are you doing? What is this?
I'm doing the winds of change of love.
Yeah. Follow the Moskva down to Gorky Park.
Oh, Johnny, can I do one more thing in shitposting?
Yeah, please.
So I posted the thing where supposedly this ex-CIA guy went on this Russian TV show and was talking about how
seen that. Okay.
all of the...
On Twitter?
Yeah, I posted on Twitter and on Instagram.
Okay.
And
Sam Tripoli.
Yeah.
You have so many. It's hard to keep track of all them.
So he talked about how the all of gangster rap was CIA controlled.
Oh, I did see this. Okay, yeah.
And there's that one right there, all white. There we go. Yeah. And it's John Holmeston.
You want me to read it?
Yeah.
Okay. John Holmeston, a retired CIA agent, admitted that hip-hop was a psychological operation invented by the CIA in the 80s and that the agency directed and funded famous performers including NWA, Dr. Dre, Jay-Z, and Kanye. The government at the time spent serious money, that's in quotes, on the operation designed to, quote, corrupt young people and sow division. At the time, we understood, this is a quote from him, that music was a powerful propaganda tool for young people. We even infiltrated mainstream radio to promote their music and get the word out to millions of people every day, he admitted. Famous songs by the iconic NWA band, I've never heard it called that, the NWA band, were even written by a team of military propagandists and CIA psychologists. Holmeston, whose name is spelled differently there, that's weird. Holmeston claims that the psychological operation was extremely successful. It's hard to argue with that. That's what it says.
So read what I wrote.
You wrote, I've been telling you Ice Cube is the Larry Cable guy of hip-hop. That's funny.
So
He is too, right? The Larry the Cable Guy of hip hop is the perfect way to describe him, right?
Well, I've had a very famous comic hit me up going, "You're out of control, ha ha ha." And
Wait, what do you mean by that?
I'm not gonna
About
say
this?
Yeah,
Oh,
he screenshot and sent it to me.
That's funny.
And so the reaction to this is hilarious. And there's two people that reacted to this. Black music connoisseurs who can't come to grips
Yeah.
with that their music genre is like all the music genres before it. In particular, the 60s, you know, with the Laurel
Valley
Canyon
stuff,
and all
yeah.
that stuff, right? Controlled opposition. They couldn't come to grip with it. And then super young people who just, they go, well, hip hop was invented in the 70s, right? Or the 60s. And I go, no, back then it was called rap. And it's different. Rap and hip hop are different.
Well, this person's saying it's gangster rap, not hip hop.
Right. Well, you know, he does say, admitted that hip hop was a psychological operation. And that's why I'm telling you that
No,
rap.
but this guy's saying gangster rap is the CIA thing. What do you think about that?
No, I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
And when so like I was listening to this, so one guy goes, "Oh, it's so funny to listen to boomers tell us about music." I go, "Dude, you weren't alive when this music was playing.
Doesn't make any sense.
This is literally my high school and like early freshman years of college. The main time of like the print of music, that is when you get imprinted with the music you love, which is high school and early college.
What's the cutoff for this? Like Tribe Called Quest? Like they're in the earlier time, right?
They're the ones who got pushed out. Yeah. Any of that positive shit got pushed out.
Yeah.
And all the dark shit. Like, dude, NWA, Dre, Jay-Z, like Kanye's real. And like Dre is great with beats. If you actually listen to Let Me Ride, and
I like Dre. Yeah, I mean, I can't, especially like, dude, 2000, you know, Chronic 2001 or whatever. That was like, that hit me.
But Johnny,
perfect age.
I'm telling you though, if you listen to the lyrics of Let Me Ride, okay, I talked about
play it.
No, don't play. Can you look up the lyrics though? Isn't that the one that go creeping on the back?
Yeah.
You look that up,
Biatch.
right? So listen. So if you read those lyrics, right, you have to understand that Dr. Dre was not a gangbanger. He went to private school.
Creeping down the block.
Okay, so it's like, let me ask you something. Does this sound like a gangbanger wrote these lyrics, or a 14-year-old white kid using AI trying to write a song about gangbanging in Compton?
I got my Glock cocked because N-words want these.
Yeah, see that?
No soon as I said it, seems I got sweated by some N-words with a Tech 9 trying to take mine.
He's not that guy.
You want to make noise? Make noise. I make a phone call. My N-words coming like the Gotti boys.
Dude, it's so hilarious.
Bodies being found on Greenleaf with their effing heads cut off. MFer, I'm Dre. So listen to the play-by-play day by day. Rolling in with my 4 with 16 switches and got sounds for the bitches. Clocking all the riches.
And he's gay. Keep going.
And no, this ain't Aerosmith. It's the MF and DRE from the CPT on a robbing spree, a straight G. Hop back as I pop my top.
No, you missed my favorite quote.
Oh, did I?
Clocking all the riches, got hollow tips, hollow points for the. I mean, dude, it's like if you were asked to write the most gangster. It's not real. It's playing a character, which is fine. But it's not authentic. And this gets into what Hollywood is, bro, which are rich kids playing outlaws. Now, the things that like these lyrics slide is that the beat is the greatest beat you'll ever hear.
Yes.
There's no better. And this is why. So it's like when you get into that whole thing that we were talking about with the guy who brought up the Gates program. Recluse, right? When he brought up that stuff, it's all data. All these things are data. And they're like, these guys are great lyricists, they're great beat guys, and they can play these characters because we see them wanting to play these characters. And then
they get them at such a young age. You know, like they can.
And they manipulate them and they hand them stuff, they push them forward, and you're like, NWA's everywhere.
And to expose it is to give up everything. at that point when you never had a damn
But
thing.
it's also, Johnny, when you're that deep, you also get rewarded so much so you won't talk. So Dr. Dre gets beats. Now he's a billionaire.
Yeah.
Jay-Z's a billionaire.
Kanye was on the
And
same
they're
path
all
until he
down
blew it
low.
up.
And listen, you want to be gay, motherfucker, any day, you know? But it's like, I don't care. But like, there's a reason why they use these guys because they're controllable.
You saw with Eazy-E. I mean, he even couldn't. I mean, it got him. You know, it's like.
Yeah, but I also think they had to have a real gangster in that to make NWA.
Wait, so you think he's the real one? Even
I
though
think he's a real gangster.
Clearly gay. I mean, like
he could be DL, but I mean, in terms of gangster, I think Eazy was.
I think a lot of that's really common with that prison culture, dude. Where those guys are just all fucking each other in prison. I really think that's like a common thing.
Well, dude, it's the funny and like, but what this guy's saying is like influence. So now you see people walking down the street with their jeans hanging under and their asses out. They don't realize that's a sign for gay love in prison.
You're up for it. Yeah, you're the bottom, right?
Yeah,
with the sagging,
which is fine, dude.
That was so big when I was in school, sagging. Dude.
Yeah, but do you understand? And now I got people going off on me. People call me a boomer who weren't even alive when that music came out.
Yeah,
it's so dumb.
You tweeted this too, which I thought was so here we'll just play this.
Oh, I sent you this. This was a fun one, stupid, but
this is crazy. We'll just
like you brought this up before, and it's like a follow up on a story that you've had.
It's something that just keeps happening. I don't.
No, I think this is the same guy.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. Wow. Okay. Hold on.
Head banging for Jason. See,
It's not gonna be up there.
Jason Roth lives in a van with this dog.
Wally.
But get this, he is homeless and a homeowner, all at the same time.
It's something I can't fully wrap my head around.
It's more like
How
head
is this
banging for
legal?
Jason. See, here's his Rainier Valley home. But
She
the
never
tenant
leaves the house?
in it is way behind on his rent. So Jason is making mortgage payments and paying for flight school. He's also owed 5 months' rent, a total of some $29,000, not including utilities.
I do come here often, though. I do come here just to look at my house and
What?
miss it and wish I could be in it.
Making matters worse, the renter offered Jason's downstairs unit on Airbnb
Are
for
you kidding me?
$434 a night.
I take that.
At the very least, he's generating $2,000 a month. And it's more than
How
likely
is
he's
this
generating
legal?
closer to 3 or possibly even 4,
How is
depending
this
on the month.
legal?
And even though he didn't own the home, the city gave the renter a short-term rental license.
So
You're
not
joking.
only is he not paying me, but he's generating an income through the basement Airbnb unit. And meanwhile, I'm having to pay the utilities for that unit.
Now he's waiting
Turn
until
them
late
off.
October for an eviction hearing.
The current process for an eviction hearing in King County to go from the start to the very end
That's unreal,
is
man.
about 12 months in total.
That's infuriating.
Lives in a van with
that's
his
like-
dog.
you're-
Wally.
But get
Does
this.
the guy ever leave the house? I would murk him.
Maybe that's why he's just waiting outside all the time for the guy to leave the house. You want to do a little news?
Yeah, and then I gotta go.
All right, brah. Let's do some news. We don't have a ton of news this
I
week.
love that people like it's a 2-hour show. They're like, dude, you just like stop bitching and do it. I'm like, bro, it's 2 hours of us just talking out of our assholes. Like,
So-
what? You guys yell at me.
There were rumors flying this week, and this is from Newsweek, that Donald Trump is thinking of making Ben Carson his VP. What do you think?
He's absolutely ridiculous, and like,
Who is Ben Carson?
I mean,
or Trump is for picking Ben Carson,
I
or you
just
don't
think-
believe this?
I mean, it's possible. I mean, I don't think Ben Carson resonates with anybody.
No.
But what he's thinking is like, I get called a racist all the time.
Have a black
so
guy.
I'm a black person. Who he needs is, regardless of whether you like her or not, is Kari Lake is the perfect candidate for him because she's a pit bull and she's great with dude, you just take her off the leash and just go at the fucking press. I wouldn't even have a press. I mean, Kari Lake will talk.
She's kind of like the female Trump, though, isn't she, in a way? And I think that
Yeah,
maybe
but
they want like
she'll
a
take
different tone.
Why? Dude, he actually played ball with them on so much shit, and they still are like trying to destroy him. So
Yeah.
I would go with Kari Lake. To me, is the best.
Yeah, I saw it. Did you
That
see
Vic
Tucker?
guy.
Did you see Tucker on Roseanne's podcast talking about why he's voting for Trump because of what they're doing to him with Mar-a-Lago and all, like trying to get him on this bogus. I mean, just being president, you have to take home some stuff,
Listen,
some papers.
What I find absolutely hilarious is like they're trying to say he lied about his worth, so they gave him all this money. But what they don't realize is fractional reserve banking is literally lying about how much money they have. And because they have $1 and they're loaning out $10. So basically they're just doing what they're accusing Trump of doing. It's all complete BS.
Well, and then even that, I mean,
again, and I'm not anybody who's like Trump's a savior or anything like that. I mean, it's so obvious what they're doing right now.
Definitely
and like
not me.
Dana, who's a retard, okay? I'm slowly but surely listen, I hate ESPN, but I'll take ESPN any day over MSNBC. And the only reason I somewhat enjoy it when she has on, because I can listen to what they're pumping into their retards, and it's just how many fucking charges are against them, how many court cases. That's all. They don't talk about anything else. They talk about nothing else.
Yeah.
All it's like, how many accounts against them? How many? That's all they're.
Well, one story that they buried was this one. Deutsche Bank official says large changes to net worth like Trump's isn't unusual.
Yeah.
I remember, did you see that story this week? A Deutsche Bank Wealth Management Group their managing director testified Tuesday that the bank anticipates that the net worth of high wealth clients like Donald Trump can be elevated on self-reported financial statements, but it would not necessarily stop the bank from issuing the loan. And the guy goes on to say it's very common. We see this kind of thing all the time. The thing they're trying to nail him on, which that didn't get reported anywhere, that it's very common.
Yeah, 100%. It's all bullshit.
Yeah,
it's all bullshit.
They're trumping these charges up the way they're accusing him of trumping up his
How about the
finances.
Democrat that blocked them from releasing the flight logs? How about that? Like, dude, tell me you're on the list without telling me you're on the list.
You really?
It's unbelievable. Like, that is basically them calling, going, listen, either you block this and jump on the sword, or we're releasing all the tapes of you being a diddler.
This is from Fox News. Jeffrey Epstein flight log subpoena request denied by Democrat-led Senate Judiciary Committee. Blackburn says, Senator Marsha Blackburn first moved for the Epstein flight records to be subpoenaed in early November. And it was Dick Durbin who allegedly blocked her request. So there you go. Old school senator right there, Dick Durbin.
Oh, Dick Durbin, you dirty dick.
So this is crazy. And I mean, this is one of the big stories from the past week. Also from Fox News, Derek Chauvin, prison stabbing, ex-FBI informant, inmate charged with attempted murder.
Dude,
of
this story
ex-Minneapolis cop.
is nuts.
It's crazy.
This story is the craziest story out there.
He was stabbed 22 times on Black Friday in tribute to the Black Lives Matter court documents alleged, but by an inmate who served as an FBI informant.
Is that the most propagandized story you've ever heard? Where somehow
they got a tribute into the guy getting stabbed.
They got Black Friday into now. It's like now they're trying to make it into it's a cultural event to stab white people. Like, just think about the psychological mission that they're trying to do with that. The objective of like linking Black Friday with civil rights. Like, I mean, it's so incredibly dumb. And it's so obvious that they called this guy in going, hey, fucking do this or else you're going to get murked in fucking prison.
John Tershak, 52, is also facing multiple assault charges for inflicting serious bodily injury with an improvised knife.
Will you look up what he looks like?
Around 12:30 p.m. on Black Friday, a day the suspect allegedly told investigators he picked to symbolize the Black Lives Matter movement, which spurred months of protests, et cetera, et cetera.
Is that not the funniest story you've ever heard? I mean, you could not write a more like marketing schemed propaganda. Like, if they got everybody from Wall Street's marketing team and they got everybody from the CIA and they're like, how can we work together? Oh, why don't we take your PSYOP of BLM and match it with Black Friday, which is our shopping, and we'll make it one thing. So every time we talk civil rights. People think on Black Friday they should buy a bunch of gifts and stab white people.
Well, you know what it is. I figured it out. Okay. They want to marry those things so that maybe the next time they riot, they don't fuck up the shopping malls.
Oh, yeah.
That's what
Hey,
it is.
dude, this is like part of our civil rights movement.
Don't destroy.
Amazon, Cyber
Don't
Monday.
fuck up Walgreens.
Yeah, dude, 100%.
That's
So
exactly
Will
what
you
they're
look
trying
up
to-
what this guy looks
it's
like?
not, I tried. They don't have any pics of him. He's not. They haven't put out a mugshot or anything, unfortunately. To lighten things up a bit, Disneyland streaker arrested after wandering around the It's a Small World ride. Did you see this guy?
Is that the size of his dick?
That's funny. Look at this, dude. Can you imagine your kids being in there and this guy is in the pool naked at Disneyland?
Like Johnny, if there's anywhere you're going to find a naked guy around kids, it's going to be Disneyland, by the way.
Oh, 100%.
You know, it's just like unbelievable. Hey, guys, we're basically at 27,000 on the.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
so
crazy.
tomorrow we're $3,000 away from our goal.
Did you think it would ever get to that kind of number?
No.
Were you that optimistic about it?
I was so we are 771% higher than our goal.
Like you would have just been happy to get to your original goal, right?
For
Yeah.
sure. I mean, you know, I don't have birthday parties because I'm afraid nobody's going to show up.
You gotta be more positive, dude.
I
You-
know.
You gotta be more
I know.
positive.
I know. I
So
know.
I just want to talk about this briefly. So there was a day a couple of weeks ago, and I sent this to you, where Broken Sim #1, the premium edition of that goes on Rockfin and also on Patreon, I got a thing from YouTube saying that it was taken down for medical disinfo, just out of nowhere. It's unlisted. It's not something that anybody can get to. And then on that same day, minutes later, I got a thing from Coinbase saying that, and all I use Coinbase for, I take the money that we get from Rockfin, which is not a lot, for Broken Sim, and I use the Coinbase debit card just to get that off there. That's all. And then occasionally I'll buy like SHIB or something if I want to do like a weird trade, but I do most of that off on another wallet. I got an email from them saying, actually it started a couple of weeks before that. I got a request for information. Very confusing. It was badly written and they were asking for a bunch of proof of like where the coin I get comes from. It was really weird. Like they wanted, documentation. I didn't even know how to provide that. I tried my best. And then they sent another email, which was even more confusing. The wording didn't make a lot of sense. It was almost like it was written by like somebody in India or something. And I emailed them back like, hey, I don't quite understand this. Can you explain it? And then their explanation came in the form of an email a couple of days later saying, hey, you've been banned from Coinbase. We're not telling you why. This decision's final. There's no appeal process. You have you just got to get your money out of here. That's it. And then they wouldn't let me take my money off. Like I tried to send it off. They wouldn't let me. I've been fighting them on social media. Like at least, and thankfully I don't have a lot on there. I was smart enough not to keep a lot on there after what happened with Celsius, and then finally, a couple of days later, they said, your account this tells me, because originally they said, your account's not frozen, you can take the money off. And then yesterday, they finally, after I complained a lot, they said, okay, we've unfrozen your account for 3 days for you to take the money off, which they said they never had done to begin with. They said you could take the money off. And so I sent it off very quickly as soon as I got the email. But, dude, and I've asked them multiple times. They said,
you can't use Coinbase?
never again, no. They said they won't tell me why. They said that it's just a liability thing for us, or you run afoul of the government, it all suggests that kind of thing. But and I can't use it.
Social credit score, huh?
It feels like it. Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
That is nuts.
So don't
to
use
me.
Coinbase if you're at home. If you're listening at home, don't fuck Coinbase.
Yeah, this is
Assholes.
why you just don't even want to dabble in the digital.
Yeah, well, the move is to just keep it off of those kinds of platforms as much as you can. Keep if it's a cold wallet or even just.
Now, are you allowed to have a Coinbase wallet?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, and I do. Yeah, but I'm gonna get rid of that too. Just
Dude,
because I don't wanna
I need to
support
get
them.
out of there.
Yeah, that's safe though, because that's technically like.
Yeah, but still, it's just like
self custody. But
do you think this is a mob hit where they're like Tripoli?
I posted on Reddit about it just so I could get my money back, and a lot of people were like, "Dude, this happened to me too." Like a lot of people have.
So I'm not important.
There's some kind of hammer going down, and I don't know what it is, but Coinbase is turned on us.
Johnny, would you say that's some Momo shit?
I don't know what that means. I got to be honest with you. I don't quite understand it.
That means gay.
Oh yeah, it
That's some
absolutely
gay
is.
shit.
It absolutely is. All right, just a few more stories here. So you mentioned Elon did go over and get his hiney slapped by
just so bad.
by by BB.
It was so sad to watch.
But he got his balls back a couple days later while sitting on panel at some kind of deal book summit, is what it's called, with what's this guy's name from CNBC or whatever? I can't remember. What is that guy's name right there? I can't remember his damn name. Anyway, so we know,
dude,
Elon
have you seen
tweeted
all
about
the mixes up of this. Can I? Okay.
Send me some. But he tweeted, Elon tweeted about Murmurgate, and the Post and Disney stopped advertising on X. So at the beginning of this deal book summit with that guy right there, what is his name? I can't remember. Anyway, he asks him about it, and this is I forgot, I gotta do it over here. And this is Elon's response, and it's one of the best things I've ever seen. You played it in the studio the other day, and I was pounding the desk in here. I
hope they stop.
I was that too.
You hope don't advertise. You don't want just leaving. We talked to Bob Iger today. I hope they stop.
It's not going to play with
You hope don't advertise. You don't want them to advertise? No. What do you mean? If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go fuck yourself. But go fuck yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is.
He's
hey,
pissed.
Bob. Here in the audience.
He's waving at Bob Iger in the
let
audience.
me ask you then. That's how I feel. Don't advertise. How do you think then about the economics of X?
Andrew Ross Sorkin is this guy's name. I finally came to him.
If part of the underlying model, at least today, and maybe it needs to shift, maybe the answer is it needs to shift away from advertising. If you believe that this is the one part of your business where you will be beholden to those who have this view, what do you do? F-Y. I understand that, but there's a reality too.
Still just telling them to fuck
right?
themselves. Like you spelling it out, I think.
Yes. No. I mean, Linda Yaccarino's right here, and she's got to sell advertising.
Absolutely. That's that CEO lady.
No, totally. No. Actually, what this advertising boycott is going to do? It's going to kill the company. And do you think that and the whole world will know that those advertisers killed the company, and we will document it in great detail.
But those advertisers, I imagine, are going to say, we didn't kill the company.
Oh yeah.
They're going to say,
tell it to Earth.
But they're going to say, Elon, that you killed the company because you said these things, and that they were inappropriate things, and that they didn't feel comfortable on the platform, right? That's what they're going to say.
And let's see how Earth responds to that.
Yeah, I agree with them.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay. This goes back.
Isn't that interesting? I mean, they go on like that for a while, but what do you think about that technique that he's doing? Like, okay, well, if that's what you want to do, then this is on your heads, this whole thing. And he even posted this tweet today. Did you see where he posted like how they give money to these other platforms?
But that are doing the exact same thing. Israel's getting their ass kicked on TikTok. I mean, just getting their ass kicked on Instagram, getting their ass kicked. And now you're saying that X is okay. I mean, it's so interesting. And I think it's just they're mad that he stole their toy. Now, I also make no illusions that he's like this guy, the greatest of all time. No,
he's not. Yeah,
and it's like he has. There's some serious issues with this dude and what he represents. But at the end of the day, he's totally right. I want you to play this video real quick. And then I really got to go.
All right, we'll do one story after that. Okay. Did you watch any of? I heard Ron DeSantis and Gavin Newsom had a debate, but I haven't watched any.
Yeah, I've watched some of it.
Was it good?
Well, I think DeSantis. It's hard for DeSantis not to win, but I mean, if I'm Gavin Newsom,
did he play what? I mean, did Newsom come off like you think he could run for president?
I mean, like this is why I don't do debates with people, because everyone came in with preconceived notions and they left with the same notions, dude.
But did you think I
thought Gavin Newsom sucked. I think he always sucks. He's got the worst energy. He's a slime bag.
You don't think he would appeal to like women like in the South?
Maybe.
Kind of thing?
I'm
just asking you. What do you like?
I mean, like he's a good-looking guy.
Yeah.
But like, dude, he
worked for Bill Clinton, man.
Yeah, but dude.
Okay. I can't play the
ready, let's go for the million.
Okay, so like, is he gonna read this? You think?
It's so funny, dude.
Okay, so it's like
It's who wants to be a millionaire?
If Bob Iger was in the room with you right now, what would you say to him? Eat a bag of dicks? Suck on my pee-pee? Disney Plus is gay? Go fuck yourself.
I'd like to use one of my lifelines and phone a friend.
Okay, who would you like to call?
I'd like to call Bob Iger.
Wow, this is great.
All right. Our friends at AT&T will get Bob Iger on the line, and we'll see if he can help you.
Hello?
Hello, Bob.
Yeah.
Hi, Regis Philbin here from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Hi.
We've got Elon Musk with us right now. He's won $500 million.
Wow.
And he's going for $1 million. And he needs your help to get there.
Okay.
So, he's going to come on the line, read a question, 4 possible answers. One of them is the right answer. Elon, you've got 30 seconds. Starts right now.
Hey, Bob.
Hi.
I don't really need your help. I just wanted to let you know that I'm going to win the $1 million. Go fuck yourself.
He's won $1 million.
Happened.
And what I see all over the place.
Oh,
is
dude, have
people
you
who care
seen the
about
video of the
looking good.
robot shooting the truck?
Well, I've seen people shooting the truck, like in the.
So there's a video of these robots. They shoot the truck.
Last story, and this is the funny story because I used to, when I would stay home from school when I was a kid, I would watch like reruns of old game shows.
Yeah.
Remember Richard Dawson?
Yeah.
Who would host Family Feud and would always kiss
make
the
out
ladies.
with everybody.
Did you hear the story this week that they used to, in the green rooms, all the female contestants had to be tested for mouth herpes before they went out on the show because he was going to kiss all of them and he wanted to make sure that none of them had mouth herpes.
He's so
Isn't that
gross.
crazy? Isn't that creepy and weird?
That's so gross.
They would go around the producer, one and you know PAs and stuff would go around with a magnifying glass and a cotton swab and take swabs and then look and see if people had mouth herpes, so he could kiss them on the mouth.
So gross.
I liked him. He was my favorite host when I was a kid watching him. But
so gross.
You know, I had some other stuff, but that's enough. We've gone.
I'm ready to go. I'm so tired. I just want to go to bed.
I got a 3D printer. We'll talk about that next time.
I will tell you.
One thing I do. Did you see that LaMelo Ball? They made him cover up a tattoo on his neck.
So good.
That is his middle name. It's his middle name. They made him cover up his middle name because it's also a brand. But I'm thinking about you got like Shaq Diesel. They didn't make him cover that up. Yeah. He had the Diesel thing.
Yeah.
What is that? How's the NBA make you cover up?
Adam, what's his face, is an idiot.
Yeah.
Silver. He's an idiot. All right, guys, go to samtripoli.com. Check out.
Can I one really quickly? One thing. This Coinbase thing. I complained about this on Twitter. Dude, I have never seen more scam artists come out of the woodwork. It's all these fake posts. Like, I'm talking about like maybe 100 now of people like, you know who you should call is old Ben Johnson. He'll get you right out of this. And then it'll be like 12 comments like, oh, Benny got me out of this real same predicament. You know what I mean? So many scams, dude.
You
like, so many scams.
So somebody I'll tell you off anyways. All right.
But it's like that Instagram thing where you lost your Instagram, you know, and the people start coming at you.
People have asked me, how did you get your Instagram? I go, dude, the guy doesn't do it anymore. It cost me $3,000.
It worked though, right?
It did. All right, guys, I love you. Hugs and kisses. Go to samtripoli.com. Grab tickets to my live shows. I gotta go. Ciao.
Oh, we need a word, brother.
Oh, slang, bang, ding, dee, reindeer man.
What? Slang, bang, ding, tee, reindeer man.
No, slang, bang, slimmer, reindeer man.
Slang, bang, slimmer, reindeer man.
Yeah.
What? So stupid.
Pick up your guitar. Sing me a song. This was Groover's paradise. Now the Groover is gone. Was a cool little city